everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I decided to film a video that's a little bit different from how things normally go on YouTube. A lot of people do day to night looks, but they kind of film it in the span of an hour to show the two looks simultaneously. I decided to do something a little bit different where I do a day look and then in real time I show you how I turn it from the day look into the night look. How to turn it from creases in your makeup and powderiness on your face and cakiness to a very glam look that will last you the rest of the night. I wanted to do something a little bit more advanced and kind of show people how they could fix some makeup mistakes throughout the day. So yeah, if you'd like to see how I went from this to this, then please keep watching. Alright, so I'm starting off with a clean base, all moisturized from the night before. And just to make sure all the makeup sticks to my face, I'm going to put on a light moisturizer. This is going to get really tacky, and it's going to create a barrier between your face and the makeup. So then I go in with NYX Angel Veil Primer. This is very thick, thus it's going to stay all day and make sure that all of the makeup sticks to it as well. And it's also going to blur pores and fine lines. Then I get my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow, and this is 24-hour. You don't necessarily need to get 24-hour, but I like to get that just because I know for a fact it's going to stay all day. And I just press that in with a beauty blender like I normally would. Then I go in with my Tarte Shape Tape. This is a more thick formula and it's also full coverage, so I like to use this just for my base, just to ensure that it's going to stay on all day and that it's not going to slip away. This also prevents any creasing under your eyes or around your wrinkles. And since I'm not really going to go in with bronzer either, it's going to help to create a little bit of definition for the face as well. Once that's done, I am going to take this little cream highlighter. I'm not going to use a powder because I intend on using a powder later, so instead this is just going to add a little bit of radiance to the face, and it's also going to slowly melt off throughout the day so that we have an opportunity to readjust that later. Then I'm just taking some translucent powder, and this is going to make sure that your makeup stays on and that it doesn't slip away. And it also is going to reduce any cakiness. I put it over my eyes just because we're going to go in with a little bit of bronzer in the crease. This is a tip I like to use so that you have a transition shade already in your crease for later in the day when you want to start your nighttime makeup. It gives a little bit of dimension to the eye, but not being too harsh. Next for brows, I take this really waxy brow product from e.l.f. This I know stays for a long time because it is more of a thicker formula. And it's good just to have a brow on for the day. Once I like the way that my brows look, I then curl my lashes, just as I normally do, and then I take my L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara, but this is the waterproof formula, therefore it's going to stay for a longer period of time, and it's also not going to flake off as much because it is more bulletproof than a regular mascara is. And it's also going to hold the curl of your lashes. Then I'm just taking a basic lipstick for my lips. This is not a very bulletproof formula, but that means that once it fades off throughout the day, then I can just reapply a different lipstick later. Then setting spray, one of the most important things for your makeup routine, just to make sure that the makeup lasts and that all the powders melt into the skin so that you don't have any cakiness or dryness. And that is the daytime look. I'm ready for work. Now I am back again. It's been about, I want to say, 8 hours of wear time. it's late in the night, and as you can see, I do have a little patchiness here and there. My makeup ran into my lines, and my glasses also removed some of the makeup. So I'm going to spray my face once again with the same setting spray we used earlier. And that way, when the face is damp, we could go in with a damp sponge and just readjust any of the powders and liquid formulas that kind of slipped around throughout the day and place them back in the areas where they kind of fell off a little bit, and also smooth out any lines that might be sticking out on your face. The sponge is also going to help to reduce oils that have built up on your face, because that can happen too. Then I take a large fluffy brush and just put on a little bit more translucent powder. Not a heavy layer, but just enough so that I can blend other makeup on top, because I am going in with more face products for the nighttime look. So for the eyes, I'm using the Jaclyn Hill palette, and because we have that Hoola bronzer laid down, it's a nice transition, and I could just go in with, I want to say, like 3 colors. I think I used Mocha, and then Central Park, and then also Abyss for a little bit of dimension. So because we had that first color down, it allows me to spend a little bit less time on my eyes and just casually run it all over my eye and not have it to be too dramatic. This is more of like a typical brown smoky eye, nothing too fancy, just because, you know, for a night out, it's not really necessary to go too crazy, especially if you had makeup on previously throughout the day. Then I take this spoolie, which has nothing on it, and I just run it through my lashes because there might be a little bit of a clumpiness to them after having the waterproof mascara on for the duration of the day. So I just do that to flake off any clumps that might be around so that it's easier to apply false lashes and that they don't look as unkempt as they might look throughout the day. So then I'm just going in with bronzer. I'm just taking a big fluffy brush. Instead of doing very targeted contouring, I'm kind of just, you know, making my face a little bit more pretty for the nighttime, a little bit more defined. I also go in with a banana powder from this contour kit to kind of set the makeup that is underneath my eye, because after it kind of smudged away, you want to make sure that you have it set in place again for the duration of the night. And then I just go in with a deep contour shade to hollow out my cheekbones just a tad. And then just a little bit of blush, and I've changed up my blush technique a little bit, but we'll get to that in a new video. And same as always, just a little bit of highlighter. And as you could see, like the highlighter that we had on earlier kind of faded away, so this allows me to smoothly apply a powder highlighter on top of my makeup without it looking a little bit too cakey or rubbing it away. So then I take this e.l.f. Brow and Lash Mascara Duo. It's a clear formula, that way I could brush it through my brows and just cement them in place for the rest of the night. And then I take a matte liquid lipstick as opposed to a regular lipstick, just to make sure that it stays on throughout the night. Maybe you're having a couple of drinks and you don't want it to smudge on your glass. And then one more time with a little bit of setting spray, just to melt down all the excess powders that we put on just now, and to make sure that it lasts throughout the rest of the night until you come home and to take it off. And that is my nighttime look. Nothing too crazy, just a little bit of finessing with what we had on earlier. So that's it for today's video. I'm glad that I was able to show you guys some tips on how to make your makeup last throughout the day, but also how to revitalize it towards the end of the night, and to also make it last for the rest of the night. I hope you like this kind of different type of video about a day to night look, And if you want to see more videos in the future, then please subscribe and like and comment if you want to see anything else from my channel. And have an amazing day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.